Well, welcome to Gettler Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, the Cincinnati Bearcats are back at home taking on the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. The Cincinnati Bearcats come in tonight's match 3-7-6, while the Oklahoma State Cowgirls coming at 4-10-2. Matthew Lynn joined alongside me is Miles Essenpreis. Miles, what a treat to be here tonight in Gettler Stadium. Both teams made their way out of the tunnel, made the walk from the plaza to the midfield line 5 minutes before kickoff. And just let's go through a little bit of a pregame here. Oklahoma State, the last time they played, they fell a 2-1 match at home against UCF, and they just came off a loss to number 11 TCU, with that score being 3-1. Emma Alvord, however, did score both those goals for the Cowgirls in those games. The Cincinnati Bearcats back at home fell on the road as well in Lawrence to the Jayhawks in a narrow 0-1 loss. Cincinnati's out seeking its first win since October 5th. The last time they won was a 1-0 win over Arizona thanks to a late Meg Smith goal that gave them that win. But for the Cowgirls, who have not won a game in the Big 12 this season, 0-7-1, they are seeking a win since September 11th, which was a 4-1 win over East Texas A&M. So a UC side and an Oklahoma State side, two of the teams at the bottom of the Big 12. However, the Oklahoma State Cowgirls coming in on the road trying to get their first win in conference tonight, Miles.
The Oklahoma State Cowgirls are at the bottom of the division. They have struggled so far this season, but they're right down there with it. As in the Big 12, Cincinnati is ranked 14th and Oklahoma is ranked 16th. And the reason Oklahoma is that far down is their lack of defense. They're being outscored 20-31 overall matches, and they take 10.8 shots a game, whereas they allow 16.4 shots a game. So their defense has really been letting them down, and that's ultimately what's been costing them these games.
Some players to watch tonight here at Gettler Stadium. Coley Sidlowski has started every match this season for the Bearcats and is their leading goal scorer and their leading assist leader. Cameron Miller, the Virginia transfer, has started every match in the Big 12 and ranks third in saves with 63 and fourth in saves per game with around 4, and also has 5 shutouts and had a career-high number of saves versus UCF a couple weeks ago. On the Oklahoma State side, Logan Marks, the sophomore, 78 saves, leads the Big 12s in saves, have started all matches for the Cowgirls, while Serona Defani has 4 goals and 2 assists. So both teams now in their respective huddles on their sideline. Miles, what do you expect to see from the Bearcats tonight, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak?
I mean, the first sign of life we saw from them was that Arizona game where they scored that late second winner. And that's when they really started to put that offense together. They were struggling before that. Their offense really leans on these long balls that they hope to find their striker with. If they can consolidate their attack, get several defenders up the field before they play the long ball, they're going to end up being able to score consistently through this weak Oklahoma State defense. Ultimately, I think the score will be 2-0 Bearcats. Going out on a limb.
Miles was correct with the volleyball score last night. We were on the call for that one. Amidst the technical difficulties, the Bearcats took a win over the Utah Utes 3-1. Miles called that one in the pregame. Let's see if he goes 2 for 2 on the week. You know, looking out, waiting for both teams to kind of get on the field here. The coaching staff shaking hands. You know, we look at beautiful Nippert Stadium, and what a big game for the Bearcats on Saturday, taking on the Baylor Bears. The Bearcats trying to keep that undefeated conference record alive. 2 of the better quarterbacks in the country and 2 of the best in the Big 12 going to be on display in Nippert Stadium on Saturday with Sawyer Robinson and Brendan Sorsby, who have just been absolutely spectacular for their respective sides.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer on Saturday. It is blistery cold this evening for some soccer.
Around 40 degrees here. The Bearcats in their all-red kits, white lettering, white numerals. Cameron Miller in the black goalkeeper's kit. The Oklahoma State Cowgirls with white on the road, orange numerals with a black trim, and a neon green kit for the goalkeeper.
It'll be Claire Ray who will take the opening kickoff as the Bearcats have the ball to start the first half.
The Bearcats working from right to left to open this first half.
I mean, that's the sign of a Bearcats game. When you hear Pump It Up, you know you're about to be in for some great sports.
Ray now waiting for the whistle of our center referee. Now with the pregame clock up, referee checking his watch, doing his due diligence. Still waiting for a signal. And now that referee blows his whistle. Underway from Gettler Stadium, the Bearcats and the Cowgirls. We'll start off with Cochran on that far side, now settling back. Trying to get into Zimbaroiva. Now the Cowgirls come away. Trying to move it upfield. Deep ball played wide and just not a great touch to that one. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats early. The Emma Joffrey to throw it in for the Bearcats. Right in front of their sideline, Zidlowski with a header into Zimbaroiva. Zimbaroiva being pushed, no call. Wilson for the Cowgirls. Now sending it back to Broring. Broring to Cochran. Cochran right at that midfield line, plays with the left. Trying to get it into Zimbaroiva. Right, clearing it away for the Cowgirls. Brought back in by Broring. Faith Broring with the right foot, trying to work it out of their own end are the Bearcats. Now sending it back to Gibbons. Gibbons to the far side. Now the Bearcats across midfield. Playing it back into Cochran. Cochran with the right foot. Gathered back in by Rhea. Rhea to Joffrey. Joffrey now making a step inside the box. Plays across to Zimbaroiva. Zimbaroiva to Cochran. Cochran fires. Deflected off a Cowgirl. A good first effort from Cincinnati just 2 minutes into the first half.
Coach is calling for handball off that Oklahoma State deflection.
Broring now with it. Again, something I found out a couple weeks ago, you can challenge if you are a coach. Saw that on display against Arizona State for a potential penalty, which that handball did come in the box, so there was no review on that one. Sidlowski loses it in transition, and now the Cowgirls trying to counter. Now across midfield. Alvord. And that's just off the left foot. Three minutes into the match, still no score from Gettler Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Bearcats and the Cowgirls battling here tonight. Alvord with the throw. Into Pinda, fighting on that corner. Gibbons is there, now cleared away by the Bearcats. Trying to find space. Zimbaroiva still fighting for it. Now the Cowgirls come away with possession right outside the box. Pressure from Gibbons. Gibbons with a clean tackle and now cleared away right at the midfield line. The Cowgirls take back possession. Now look to switch field.
That was a great chance for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. They got caught in that corner a little bit, but they were able to take it out and get a nice shot on goal. Ultimately didn't end up working out for their attack.
Now Claire Ray. Cross midfield, had Zidlowski, but still kept on to it. Now fighting towards the wing, turning into the box. Ray lets a cross go and deflected.
Deflection was off Chloe Joseph, one of their stronger defenders.
So now a corner for the Bearcats. It'll be on that near side. Ray goes over to take it.
Chloe Ray getting her 8th start for the Bearcats.
Sidlowski to Ray. Ray with a touch, and we'll go right back to that corner.
Claire Ray, excuse me.
So Claire Ray now walking over to that corner. Sidlowski's close to her right if she opts to take the short corner, which she does not. Ray, like looping ball in. Cochran is now there. Cochran with the volley and still batted around in the Oklahoma State box. Brought back in by Joffrey. Joffrey trying to get to Cochran. Cleared away by Joseph. And the Bearcats have another throw-in. Emma Joffrey now.
My dad just texted me and said my mic is muffled for some reason.
Sidlowski now fighting forward in the corner. Joseph is still there and will be a throw-in for the Cowgirls. They'll say it hit off Sidlowski. Joseph off the throw. Ray is there now. Joffrey brings it in with the left. And the center referee saying that is another Cowgirl throw-in. Now back with Chloe Joseph, the junior from Quebec, Canada. Cochran now pressing this Bearcats team. Has started that early press. Around 6 minutes into the first half. Still no score. Bearcats have already earned 2 quick corners in this match. Something that they have not done a great job at all year is getting corners, and they already have 2 this match. Now just beyond midfield will be a throw-in for the Cowgirls. Brought in by Panita. And an awry pass from the Cowgirls results in a throw-in for the Bearcats. Now collected by Jan. Carson Jan for the Bearcats throws it into Cochran. And now off a Cowgirl and back to the Bearcats. Jan will do it again. Trying to get it into Jada Arthurs. Now back across Joffrey. Joffrey right at that Big 12 logo on the Bearcats side, brought in by Ray. Ray. Back to Broring. Broring with the right, gets it back to Jan. Carson Jan back up and taken away by the Cowgirls right at the midfield line. Now Panita fighting off Bearcats. Lays one back, trying to find a through ball. Picked back up by Ray. Ray loses it. Now Ellie Joffrey for the Cowgirls trying to find a through ball. Just not hit very well. Christina Gibbons will go to clear it away for the Bearcats. Trying to get into Zimbaroiva. Just too much on that pass. Brought back in by Chloe Joseph. Joseph trying to get inside the box. Not enough air underneath that pass. Taken away by Cochran. Cochran at the circle. Now back into Zimbaroiva. Jan back to Cochran. Now Anna Barber.
This Oklahoma State defense has been holding from the Bearcat offensive threat thus far.
Gibbons to Broring. Broring with a step and still moving. Lays it off with the right. Back to Joffrey. Joffrey playing it back across the midfield line. Took a deflection off a Cowboy. Kept alive. Now with Joseph. Chloe Joseph trying to play a long ball down the side. Broring will lay it back to Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller to Christina Gibbons. Gibbons to Jan. Now Miller back inside her goal box waiting. Around 9 minutes into this one from Gettler Stadium, still no score. The Bearcats already with a shot on goal. Working out of their own end now. Gibbons now trying to find some space, trying to play it into Sidlowski. Sidlowski got it. Just a poor touch from Coley Sidlowski. Now Brown for the Cowgirls trying to play it through across the midfield line, not able to do so. Goes off Serona Defini. Will be a throw-in for Emma Joffrey and the Bearcats. Joffrey's throw just a bit too long and cleared away by Brown again. Goes straight to Faith Broering. Broering now at the step, trying to avoid the Cowgirls' press. Off to Joffrey. Joffrey tried to play it to Sidlowski, just not on the right page, and now Gibbons has to recover and taken away by the Cowgirls. And what a save from Cameron Miller on the one-on-one break. Maddie Asselha was clear on through to goal off a miscommunication from Christina Gibbons, and Cameron Miller stuffed her, came off her line, and made a great play.
Cameron Miller has been making up for the defensive struggles of the Bearcats all season, and it is put on display there just how good and how pivotal she is for this Bearcat defense.
Miller out of her own box, rolls it away. Now the Cowgirls trying to play it wide. Kept in by Defini. Now the Cowgirls reset back across that midfield line. Brown trying to play it down the wing, and just too much power on that one. Would be a goal kick for the Bearcats. 34 minutes left in the first half. Still no score. Faith Broering over to Joffrey. Joffrey struggling to keep it alive. Joffrey back to Broering. Faith Broering. Touch with the right. Now playing it back out wide and brought back in by Joffrey. Emma Joffrey to Sidlowski. Sidlowski kept it in with a great touch. Now Cochran. Cochran back to Broering. Broering right at the midfield line, playing one into Sidlowski. Sidlowski takes a swing at it, not able to do anything with it. Now the Cowgirls go to reset. Sophie Wilson turns it over to Ray. Now Barber. Back to Jan. Jan now across midfield. Jan trying to play the one touch to Riley Felton. Now Jan fighting cross in and dove on by Logan Marks, the sophomore goalie, who was challenged there with a great ball in from Carson Jan.
The best chance the Bearcats have had all game. They've really been honing in their offense so far, and really over the past couple games, even though the stats don't show it, their offense has been improving from where they were early on in the season.
So now at midfield, Oklahoma State with a throw-in. Sophie Wilson now lays it off to Chloe Joseph. Joseph into Pineda. Pineda turns it over. And we'll say it hits off Zimbaroiva. It'll be another throw-in for the Cowgirls. Joseph again to throw it in. Joseph trying to find a deep throw and cleared away by Joffrey. Now laid back off to Brown. Taken away by Ray and hit off Coley Sidlowski. Both teams battling for possession there, playing a little bit of ping pong. Now throwing for the Cowgirls. Sidlowski now down the wing. Joffrey now being challenged. Wilson. Sophie Wilson with the right foot. And a great sliding tackle by Coley Sidlowski to not allow that cross to go through. However, a corner for the Cowgirls.
Again, this Bearcat defense has been what they've relied on so far this season. In just their 3 wins, their defense has been stunning, with outstanding performances from Cameron Miller and only allowing 20 goals on the season.
So now from the near corner, the Cowgirls go to work. Wilson sends it in. Header. Cochran not able to get there. Now retreating are the Cowgirls. And cleared away by the Bearcats. It'll be a throw-in for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Ray now taking it away from Oklahoma State, trying to get it into Zimbaroiva. Joseph is there to recollect for the Cowgirls. Joseph still with it. And had Sophie Wilson wide open, decided to try to play it through. Nobody there. Sidlowski now to Barber. Joffrey back to Broering. Broering with the left, lays it off to Gibbons. Gibbons now moving upfield and trying to get to Cochran, just not able to, and the Cowgirls turn it over in the Bearcats' end. Gibbons now back to Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller opting to play it short to Faith Broering. Broering back to Gibbons. Gibbons back to Broering. Now Broering trying to find somebody upfield. Trying to play to Zimbaroiva. Pressure from the Cowgirls and a foul called. That was on Chloe Wright. Just a little too physical there with Laura Zimbaroiva.
Bearcats look much more comfortable with the ball than in past games.
Broering over to Cochran and not able to get a clean touch on it. Now the Cowgirls with a chance to counter. Wilson trying to play it into Pinanita. And off of Bearcat, it will be a throw-in for Oklahoma State right at that midfield line. Off the throw, Pineda still fighting for it, and the Bearcats trying to find somebody. Riley Felton not able to do anything there, too close to that sideline. 28 minutes left in the first half, still scoreless from Gettler Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Barber will send it out. It'll be another throw-in for the Cowgirls. Joffrey to throw it in. Now back across Gibbons with the Bearcats trying to clear it away. Zimbaroiva was there. And another foul against the Cowgirls. So Gibbons now with a free kick right in the middle of Bearcat territory.
Colby Sidlowski getting her shoe tied from a teammate.
Coach Demers telling the team to get higher off this free kick. It's only Gibbons and Broering now. Broering across midfield, trying to find a ball to Felton. And just a bit too straight there. Wasn't able to get it to the vicinity where Felton was. It was an easy claim for Marks.
Long ball seemed a little misguided off the foot of Broering, I believe.
Now a throw-in off of that error from Oklahoma State. Joffrey. And kept in. Good heads-up play by Coley Sidlowski not to make a touch on that. Now Joffrey trying to get it into Sidlowski. A little physical there. No foul. And a foul eventually called. It was late, though. So now Chloe Joseph for the Cowgirls to throw it in. Felton. Cochran takes it away in the midfield. Now Barber. Laying it back off to Jan. Carson Jan plays it to Felton. Riley Felton moving around Felton. Playing it to Joffrey. Joffrey now back across into Cochran. Cochran just a bit too late there. And now Oklahoma State with a chance to counter and just not a great pass. Emma Alvord not able to get a clean touch on it. Went right out of bounds on the near sideline. Will be a throw in for the Bearcats, and not a great throw from Emma Joffrey there. Barber now fighting for it. Cochran tripped up, no foul called. Alvord. And they'll say it hit off of a Bearcat. It'll be another throw for Oklahoma State right in front of that Cincinnati bench. 25 minutes left to play in the first half from Gettler Stadium. Joffrey trying to fight for it and did a great job. And now earned a throw in for the Bearcats. Joffrey trying to get it into Cochran. Not able to do so. And they'll say it actually hit off a Cowgirl. Be a throw in for the Bearcats right in front of their own bench. Joffrey to throw it in. Has Cochran right in front of her, throws it to her. Gathers it with the left, lays it back off. Quick one-touch passing from the Bearcats there. Broering. Now back into Jan. Jan at that right back position. Now pressure coming, trying to fire it into Broering, and does. And now a throw in for the Bearcats in Cowgirl territory. Jan to throw it in for the Cowgirls. Cochran still keeping it in. And as it trickles down the line, it'll be a goal kick for Logan Marks in the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Hard to say who has had real domination over this match, as the possession has been pretty evenly spread between the two teams.
23 minutes left to play, still scoreless from Gettler Stadium. Oklahoma State searching for their first win in the Big 12, while the Bearcats look to bounce back off a two-game losing streak. Jan was fighting for it, and they'll say it will be off of her. It will be another Oklahoma State throw-in on the far side right at the midfield line. Swarm of Bearcats right there trying to take it away. I believe it hit off Felton, and now Ellie Joffrey will have a throw for the Cowgirls. Joffrey back into Pineda. DeFeeney fighting for it down the side. DeFeeney a little shaken up. Looks like limping on that left or on that right leg. Is issued a throw in for the Cowgirls. Great play by Riley Felton to try to force an error. Cochran gets up and to try to force it away. Gathered back in by Sidlowski. Coley Sidlowski. Now into Ray. Ray lays it off to Joffrey. Joffrey working right at that Big 12 logo. Gathered back in by Zimbaroiva. Now Pineda with it for the Cowgirls. Pineda retreats across midfield. Now Joffrey comes up for Oklahoma State. Still gathered back in. Pineda now lets one go right at Miller, who has to make a one-handed save to just tip it over the bar and force a corner kick. Just a pure knuckleball sitting right at Cameron Miller.
Decent shot from Pineda, well handled by Cameron Miller. Forces it out for a corner kick, the Cowgirls.
So now on that near side corner for the Cowgirls, Taryn Thibault to send it away with the left foot. Thibault, her corner goes up. Miller punches it away, still alive. And they'll say it hit off, I believe they're saying that's hit off Carson Jan. Now to the other corner, Pineda will go to send it in for the Cowgirls. Good defense by the Bearcats there to just clear it away. Pineda, a high curling ball, and I'll say got a little too chippy inside the box. Pineda's corner went over the top of the bar, on top of the netting. So now a goal kick for Cameron Miller. 20 minutes left in the first half. They'll roll it out to Gibbons. Christina Gibbons, her ball a little too long, but kept in by Felton. Felton laying it off to Broring. Broring not able to do anything with it. And the Cowgirls now trying to find an avenue to counterattack. By Pineda, taken away by Gibbons, and Gibbons just clears across midfield. It's a really great clearance and still kept in beautifully by Christina Gibbons. Forced the Cowgirls to reset, and now with a great header to force it back across midfield. Felton takes a swing at it, trying to be collected by Cochran. Felton is there. Now Cochran comes up with it. Cochran trying to get it into Sidlowski. Sidlowski now with the pressure on Joseph. Cochran with a great tackle, but Joseph able to recover. Now pressure from Felton. Now sent back to Joffrey. Ellie Joffrey for the Cowgirls now. Pressure in that midfield section by Broring. Now gathered back in by Joseph. Joseph working down the right side, trying to play a deep ball in. Joffrey is there for the Bearcats. Joffrey now facing pressure, gets tripped up. Believe they will call a foul. Joffrey and Sophie Wilson were matching each other stride for stride down this near sideline. Said Wilson got a little too chippy. And now Faith Broering with a free kick for the Bearcats. 19 minutes left in this first half from Gettler Stadium, still scoreless on a cold Thursday night. No foul. Joseph earning a throw in for the Cowgirls. Brought back in by Broering. Broering sends it away with the left. Off the chest of Cochran. Cochran with the one-touch pass, trying to get to Joffrey. Wilson went up there and headed it down. Now Cochran with a header. Now Wilson for the Cowgirls trying to clear it away. Gibbons and Broering working to keep it alive. Oklahoma State really wanted a foul there as Wilson hit the deck. Now right with it for the Cowgirls, sending it down, trying to get to Emma Alvord.
Exceptional play from Krista Gibbons on that defense, able to take the ball away from the Cowgirls and not draw the foul, and then making a woman miss on her play upfield.
Now Sidlowski off to Joffrey. Joffrey trying to send it away with the left, but Alford jumped up to knock it away, and now we'll go back to another throw-in. 17 minutes left in the first half, still scoreless. Both teams trying to find a goal still. Wilson now with it for the Cowboys pressure, or Cowgirls pressure from Cochran. We'll say it'll hit off her left foot. Joseph now with it. Throws it in, trying to get to Alvord. Brought back by Barber. Barber off to Jan. A great chance here for the Bearcats if they can make this midfield pass. Jan over to Felton. Riley Felton. Now laying it back to Gibbons. Gibbons still surveying. Opting to play the long ball into Felton. Felton with a great touch. Now Felton keeping it in down the right sideline. Felton now looking for a cross. Felton trying to get it into Zimbarova, who's just not able to get on the end of that cross. It was a great counterattack chance from the Bearcats with 16 minutes left to play in the first half, still scoreless. Now Marks off the goal kick, still setting up. Marks sends it away. Gibbons brought it in with the right pressure from Barber. Gathered back in by Pineda. Sent away, trying to get to Alvord. Taken away by Jan in the Bearcats. Carson Jan now trying to play it across midfield, deflects off the Cowgirls. Now Cincinnati looking to reset and switch field. Gibbons back to Broering. Broering just beyond the goal box, and the Bearcats in. Gathered by Ray. Ray back to Broering. Broering back across to Zimbarova. Now taken away by Pineda. Pineda fighting off Bearcats. Cochran is there to recover. Plays it back to Ray. Ray trying to play a long ball to Coley Sidlowski, and there is just nobody there.
That's what the Bearcats have to avoid. They can't be sending misguided long balls into the other half of the field with nobody on the end of them.
Joseph now with the right foot, playing it across and out of bounds. Be another throw in for the Bearcats. 15 minutes left to play in the first half. Cochran got forced to the ground. However, I think she might have tripped up on herself. I don't think there was a lot of contact. Cochran not able to win it once it came back by her. I'll say it'll hit off Sophie Wilson, and now Joffrey just beyond the midfield line will send it in with a throw. Joffrey back into Sidlowski. Sidlowski moving around Wilson. Sidlowski lays it off to Ray. Ray back to Jan. Jan with the right foot. Jan now still moving. Carson Jan to Riley Felton on the wing. Riley Felton on that right side. Felton sending it across. Tried to play the back heel. Was Zimbarova, and that would have been a heck of a finish, and it's just too slow, and Marks didn't even move.
Great chance for the Bearcats there. Zimbarova couldn't quite get her back heel to it.
Now Logan Marks to send it away. 14 minutes left to play in the first half from Gettler Stadium, still scoreless. Joffrey now back to Sidlowski. Sidlowski back to Barber. Barber playing it across the midfield line. Now into Jan. Carson Jan to Riley Felton on the wing. Riley Felton moving, playing it back into Barber. Barber with a chance. Barber now inside the box. Barber fighting off defenders, trying to tee it up to Cochran. Cochran not able to make a play. Recovered by Zimbarova. Zimbarova lets a shot go. And just above the bar will be a goal kick.
The Cowgirl defense on the far side of the field has been lacking. That's where most of the Cincinnati chances have been coming from.
A couple of substitutions for the Bearcats. Ellie Flower replacing Coley Sidlowski. Ava Hendrick looking to come into the match as well. Only one of those substitutions made initially, and now we'll have to wait for another dead ball for those other three that are lined up for the Bearcats. So just Ellie Flower for Coley Sidlowski is all we have at the moment. Now fighting for it at midfield. Wilson recovers for the Cowboys, or Cowgirls. Wilson now into Pineda. Pineda fighting for it in the box. Pineda surveying out to Wilson. Sophie Wilson makes a move, and great defense by Riley Felton. Does a great job with the stand-up tackle. Felton lays it back off to Gibbons. Gibbons. Jan now trying to get over the top to Flower. Flower making a run on it. And sent back to Logan Marks in goal for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Pineda now off the ball from Marks. Pineda still facing pressure. That was Barber there, applying that. Now Gibbons trying to let it roll out, and it does. So 3 substitutions for the Bearcats. Ava Hendrick, Meg Smith, and Brianna Gaynor coming into the match. And coming out is Cleo Ray, Molly Cochran, and Laura Zimbriova. Into the match for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Lawton Wilson. Coming out is Serona Defini. Joffrey tried to get the handball call, and it was late, but it is the correct call. So now 10 minutes left in the first half. A couple substitutions made on both sides. Browering to Gibbons. Now Gibbons trying to play over the top to Riley Felton. Felton gets ahead on it, trying to get it into Gaynor, not able to. Morris trying to recover for the Cowgirls, not able to. Joffrey lays it back to Browering as the Bearcats look to reset. Browering. Now to Gibbons. Gibbons back to Barber. Barber to Hendrick. Hendrick brought back in by Joffrey. Joffrey to Felton. Felton. Riley Felton trying to get to Hendrick. Head in. Now to Pineda. Meg Smith with the pressure for the Bearcats there. Gaynor not able to do anything either. Pineda lays it off. And deflected off Ellie Flower. And brought back in by Wright. Wright back to Joseph. Pressure from Gaynor. And Joseph lets that go back to Marks. 9 minutes now left in the first half.
Gaynor immediately making her presence known, immediately adding pressure to the Cowgirl defense.
Now Jan. Jan into Flower, brought back by Barber. Barber trying to get to Ellie Flower. Flower now waiting, trying to send a ball in, but they'll say that she made the touch when the ball was across that back line. And will be a goal kick, and 2 more substitutions for the Cowgirls. Number 8, Caitlin Hoppers, number 23, Aubrey Wagner. And coming out for those is number 47, Emma Hedden, and number 21, Taryn Thiabu. Or Thibault, excuse me. Now Smith trying to make a run. And they'll say that that hit off that back defender newly subbed in for the Cowgirls was Ellie Joffrey. So Smith on the far side corner. Smith now with the left foot trying to get it into Flower. And what a save by Marks. Marks just denied Riley Felton with a great chance. Now Felton recovers. Felton trying to split between the defense. And Logan Marks making her presence felt with that save. Leads the Big 12 in saves and displayed it there.
Fantastic chance from the Bearcats, not able to come away with a goal. Too many Cowgirls in the box. Blocked Felton's shot.
And scored by the Bearcats, Meg Smith off the long shot. Got it to go. Caught us all by surprise there.
Yeah, huge surprise there.
Just eyed up. I thought it was a cross in, and it just found the bottom of the net.
She'll run to the bench to celebrate with her team as Cameron Miller joins her team in the middle of the field.
I believe that was Riley Felton instead of Meg Smith because he was just so far out. You really couldn't tell what was trying to happen with that. You thought there was a bunch of Bearcats gathered up in the box, and Felton somehow, it got through the traffic and found the back of the net.
I was looking down at my notes. Where's the instant replay?
So now off the goal, Kim Wewe comes into the match. Now the quick throw to Pineda. Broering still fighting for it. The Bearcats get the 1-0 lead with the last 10 minutes of the first, thanks to Riley Felton, who is now 1 goal away from 10 goals in her Bearcat career. So now the corner for the Cowgirls. Number 11, Auden Wilson on the near side corner to try to equalize. Wilson sending it across off Pineda's head, not able to grab it. Now trying to make a move in, cleared away. Meg Smith made a great tackle there. Ellie Joffrey just hits off her foot. It will be a throw in for the Bearcats. 6 minutes left in the first half. Jan, now back across in to Gaynor. The Gaynor fighting away. Gaynor back to Gibbons. Gibbons trying to get to Kimwewe. Kimwewe with a good touch. Kimwewe off the Flower. Flower trying to get it back across the middle to Gaynor. Now Barber pressing on Pineda. Now forcing to recover are the Cowgirls. 5 minutes left. Bearcats holding on to that 1-0 lead, and you'd love to keep it that way heading into the locker room at halftime.
That goal is going to be huge for the Bearcats. It forces the Cowgirls to respond, which they have not been great at historically this season.
Joseph now with it back into Marks. Marks to Joffrey. Now back across, great one-touch pass. Now at the foot of Sophie Wilson. Wilson trying to work on Joffrey and makes a great move. Joffrey fighting for it now. Hendrick. Wilson still with the ball. Now Wilson makes a great pass into Pineda. Pineda lets a shot go and just wide and over the bar. And on looks an unbothered Cameron Miller with that effort. It'll be another goal kick. Less than 5 minutes left in the first half. Cameron Miller wasting as much time as possible, opts to play it short, plays it to Broering. Broering. Now waiting, Broering. Back across into Kimwewe. Now back at the foot of Sophie Wilson and the Cowgirls. Pressure from Kimwewe, lays it off to Joseph. Joseph with pressure from Hendrick, who got a little physical there. And it will be a throw in for the Cowgirls. Now 4 minutes left in the first half. So they're going to change that ruling to a free kick. So Wilson now with the chance in Bearcat territory just beyond the midfield line. Wilson with the right foot. It's an in-swinging ball, trying to get a touch on it, and Hendrick does a great job to just clear it away. Now Gaynor with the chance to make a run on it. Joseph recovers for the Cowgirls. And now a chance for Kimwewe. Marks has to make a play out of her own net, comes off her line, comes right up to the top of the box and clears it away. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats.
Logan Marks made the smart decision rather than taking on the combined force of Gaynor and Kimwewe. She just clears it out of bounds as she got to the ball first.
Now Jan working into that corner with Gaynor. Back to Jan, sending it in, trying to get to Kimwewe. Kimwewe fighting forward in the box. Now Meg Smith comes down on it. Smith looked to turn and shoot. Now running towards the side. Smith trying to find the ball to play in, not able to. 2 minutes left now in the first half. Morris now with it for the Cowgirls. Brought back in by Emma Joffrey. Joffrey now right clearing it away. Brought back up across the midfield line by Gibbons. Gibbons into Jan. Jan. And tried to find an Ellie Flower who was trying to make her run. Just the two not able to get on the end of that pass there. Gibbons recovering for the Bearcats, forcing Wilson to go out and now a throw-in for the Bearcats. Still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Still waiting on that throw. Cincinnati really trying to waste as much time as possible. Now Felton trying to clear it away and force to the ground hard was Hendrick. Took a big collision there, and now a free kick for the Bearcats. Broring now into Joffrey. Joffrey now waiting. Joffrey trying to play a long ball deep through to Smith. Smith now inside the box, recovers. Maybe a handball, but nothing called. Wilson now off to Joseph. Now really high pressure from the Bearcats. Mark sends it away. Hendrick not able to make a play on it. Flicked on by the Cowgirls. Hendrick with a good physical play. Hendrick playing it back to Joffrey. Joffrey with the right foot back into Broring. 45 seconds left in the first half here in Gettler Stadium. The Bearcats holding on to a 1-0 lead. Joseph now with 1 foot trying to play it to Wilson. Wilson back to Hendrick. Hendrick back across into Jan. Jan now moving it through. Jan now with the step, playing it back into Flower. 20 seconds left. Flower trying to make a move. Flower still trying to find space. Flower back into Jan. Jan lets one go into the box. Kim Weiwei tries to get a head onto it. And now 8 seconds left, and the Cowgirls just look to clear. And now that ball going out of bounds. Both teams looking like they're going to walk to their respective sidelines. And the Bearcats at the half hold a 1-0 lead over the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. The Bearcats looking to bounce back off a 2-game losing streak. We'll be back in around 15 minutes for the start of the second half. I'm Matthew Lynn in Miles Essenpreis.
And welcome back as we rejoin you here at Gettler Stadium on this blistery cold Thursday afternoon. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Matthew Lynn. And the story of the first half was pretty even, except for the one Riley Felton long-distance goal, which puts the Bearcats up 1-0 going into the second half. Bearcats have been dominating the scoreboard with 7 shots compared to the Oklahoma State 3 and an similar amount of corner kicks. Matthew, what do you think the Bearcats need to do to seal this one?
Well, the Bearcats have struggled to put goals in the back of the net this season, so coming into the break with one already on the board is very unlike them, and it's great that they were able to get an answer through Riley Felton to get over this Oklahoma State side, especially getting a goal on a talented goalkeeper, a young one as well, in Logan Marks. Riley Felton was the answer to that problem with around 5 minutes left in the first half, but the Bearcats did a good job of really being decisive with their passes. They tried a couple of those long balls, but the way they scored with Riley Felton was just the slow buildup and that attacking end. They did a great job building up with the players around them, and Joffrey and Joffrey and Riley Felton and Faith Browering did a great job commanding that midfield. And the Bearcats found that lead, and now they just need to kind of hold on to it, keep playing that defense. Cameron Miller has been challenged a couple times, did a good job, and this back line has not let her down at all either. So just keeping all of that in check is huge. Use your bench. You have a lot of depth in that midfield area, so on a cold night like this, make sure you get your players some rest. Especially it's going to be a short week, too, as they do play again on Sunday versus Iowa State for Senior Day. So all of that is going to be a main factor in this second half. Coley Sidlowski did a great job as well in that left wing position. So being to cultivate all of that and to keeping the Bearcats offense going in this second half is going to be absolutely vital.
7 of the Oklahoma State games have been decided by 1 goal, and they have a 2-5 record when it is decided by 1 goal. So the key for an Oklahoma State victory is to put points on the board and to get momentum, as going into the second half, the Bearcats definitely have the momentum. Oklahoma State has to respond, and the Bearcats might cruise to an easy 1-0 victory, as the offense seems to be plugging along with no real issue, and the defense is holding their own on the strength of Cameron Miller and that strong back line. So with that, 1.5 minutes left in halftime.
I mean, the Bearcats, again, they're trying to hold on to this lead. They're 3-7-6 on the year. 6 ties compared to 7 losses. Just a lot of games where you might have the lead, you lose the lead, you're playing from behind, and that's just resulted in some of those ties this season for the Bearcats, scoreless ties. So the fact that they're on the board already going into the second half again is just so huge for them. Again, this is a Bearcats team that is 2-2-3 at home this year. So a win today would put them at 3-2-3 at home in Cincinnati. This is a team traveling from Stillwater. This is Oklahoma State's last road game of the year. So the Cowgirls and the Bearcats now getting ready to flip into the field here. 40 seconds left before the second half kickoff.
What the field will look like as the Bearcats and the Cowgirls rejoin the field. It'll be Roaring and Yawn on defense, as well as a confetti of players that will be revealed later on as the game goes. But with that, 15 seconds remain on the halftime timer, as Oklahoma State will start with the ball, working from right to left. And both teams will return to their starting lineups as the announcer calls on this blistery cold Thursday afternoon. Once more, coming from Bearcast Media, I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Matthew Lynn as we begin this second half. And Oklahoma State will kick it off as Pineda plays a long ball up into the Bearcat third, as number 12 plays it back to the wing. That'll be Emmy Hedden playing it back to the middle of the field. It's Pineda who breaks ankles as she plays it back to the wing to Hedden. Eden looking for a cross, trying to find space. Blocked by number 7, Joffrey. Really making her work for this position as it is taken away from Felton to Zembriova. Looking to make a play up the field, but momentum will be halted as she plays it back to the middle of the field. Barber to Jan. Jan brings it in the middle of the field, bringing it up to the Big 12 logo as that will be misguided and safely handled by Logan Marks.
And this has just been the story of the Bearcats season so far. They've got these chances in the midfield, a chance to counterattack, and they just throw a wasteful ball right down Broadway. And then it's just those passes that you can just connect on. You don't know what's going to happen once you can start connecting on those passes. It's just been the key that's been missing for this Bearcat-led side.
Logan Marks's drop kick will fall to Bearcat legs as Ray will play it to Felton. Felton works in the middle of the field, take a shot, and that won't bother Marks too much as that is wide right of the goal, and it will be a Cowgirl goal kick.
Well, Riley Felton already on the score sheet tonight, trying to make it a brace here on a cold Thursday night, not able to do it there.
That'll make the Bearcats' 8th shot of the night as Marks will take her goal kick, working out of a deficit. It'll be fought for in the middle of the field, ultimately falling to Oklahoma State's number 11, Wilson. Wilson plays it up the field to 21, Thibau, working up the left wing as she will claim it's off Jan, and it will be for the corner kick. Pineda will go back on the corner kick as Bearcats crowd into the box.
This is an area the Bearcats have done a great job defending all year. They'll need another one here.
Pineda sends in the cross. Comfortably handled by Barber. Barber plays it to Sidlowski, but it'll fall back to Pineda. Pineda brings it to 21, Thibau. She's working on the right side of the field, breaks Barber's ankles as 11, Broering will get ahead to it, forcing the Cowgirls to reset. Felton plays it back to Jan as the Bearcats regain control. To Broering, working up that far side of the field to Zembriova. Zembriova makes a move past the defender. It's 1-on-2. More defenders join as Zembriova plays over the middle of the field, but it'll be cleared by the Oklahoma State defense. That's a frustrating one as the Bearcat fans realize the missed chance, as that'll go out for a Bearcat throw-in at the Oklahoma State third of the field.
Well, it's really frustrating for a couple of reasons. Zembriova made a great job to find space along the sideline, and you finally find that space in the midfield. It's a 2-on-1 chance. All you have to do is make a clean pass, and you just spray it wide. Again, that has just been the story of the Bearcats all season. It's just not being able to execute on the critical plays.
Cowgirls making a play on the field as 13 will be outpaced by Jan as Jan plays it back to the middle of the field, and it will be cleared by the Bearcats defense. Fight for the ball. It'll be Thibau and number 8, Cochran, fighting for the ball, but it will be a Cincinnati free kick off the foul of the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. 23 will take the free kick, Krista Gibbons. Plays it to the middle of the field to Broering. Broering bringing it up to the halfway line. Plays it out wide to Jan. Jan plays it to Ray. Ray brings it to the front half of the field as Oklahoma State will try and play it off of Riley Felton. Throw-in still to be decided. It'll be a Oklahoma State throw-in as Chloe Joseph will play it off of Riley Felton. Ray brings it back to Cochran, still on the far side of the field. That's a great ball to Carson Jan, working with some space here in the middle of the field. Tries to work past the defender, can't get it past. That's worked into Sidlowski. Sidlowski now with a chance inside the box. Shot! And that'll be a tap-in for the Bearcats as they find the back of the net. It was a mishmash of players in the box, but that is a clean
And it's offsides. The VAR official is now saying that that was offsides on Molly Cochran.
But they will go to VAR to check if that really was offsides. If it wasn't, it'll be a clean assist from Coley Sidlowski. Not sure who connected with it. We'll find out later.
I believe they're saying Cochran got in there to tap it in, but I thought Coley Sidlowski made a clean shot, and it just got past the outstretching arms of Marks. But now our referee looking at the monitor, deciding what to do next.
Saw a lot of Cowgirls calling for offsides. Referee may have been influenced by the arms outstretched from the Cowgirl side, pleading for an offsides call. Referee taking a closer look at this one.
Wish we had a view at this replay. Not able to have that available. Just going off the look by our center referee.
Still taking a look at it. The Cowgirl team is huddled up by their front of the box, and the Bearcats are huddled near the middle circle in the middle line as the referee will continue to look.
Still waiting on the verdict.
Keeping fans in suspense. Never a dull moment here at Gettler Stadium as the ref continues to take a very close look. Fans trying to stay warm any way they can, coats, blankets, dancing around.
Again, we mentioned it in, right before kickoff, but the Bearcats and the Bears playing in Nippert Stadium at 4 p.m. homecoming week here at Cincinnati, and it's going to be a great game. Brendan Sorsby and Sawyer Robinson going to look to air it out and give these home fans something to cheer about. The Bearcats very much in that Big 12 Conference Championship conversation, undefeated in the conference.
Bearcats players still dancing around to get warm as the referee continues to look at this close play. Keeping the fans here in suspense. We'll be back with you with the decision. Oh, he's reaching for his headset. And there will be a ruling. And the call has been overturned as it will be offsides on the Bearcats. No goal. After the long review, it has been ruled offsides as a bit of an unlucky break for the Bearcats, as that will stop momentum and perhaps interfere with the offensive momentum the Bearcats had going on prior to the long review, as Logan Marks will take it out for a goal kick. And we resume play as the long goal kick falls to the center of the field. Cochran gets ahead to it. Zembrayova plays it to an Oklahoma State defender as she clears it off the legs of Zembryova. It is still in play. It will be out on the Bearcats, as it will be a throw-in for number 24, Ellie Joffrey. Joffrey, long throw into Pineda, off of Sidlowski. Ray doing some fancy footwork, trying to get around Pineda. Sidlowski to number 19, plays it into the box, and that will be safely collected from Logan Marks off the slightly misguided cross from Anna Barber.
Well, it's a great job in that midfield by Ray to find the space, use her playmaking ability, and create a passing lane for the Bearcats. That's exactly what she did. She got it into Anna Barber, who tried to play a ball into Zimbarova, just not there for the Bearcats that time.
Bearcats regain control after the goal kick. It'll be back to Barber, as there is a Bearcat down on the field. Plays it up the wing to Riley Felton, but it will be intercepted by Chloe Joseph, who clears it out for a Bearcat throw-in. It'll be Emma Joffrey on the throw. By Zembryova, flipped past, picked up by Chloe Joseph, however. And the fans are screaming as Molly Cochran is thrown to the ground on the baseline, as it'll go out for a goal kick, but the fans are unhappy about that call, or perhaps no call. Logan Marks will play another goal kick, as that will find nobody except the legs of number 18, Emma Alvord. It'll go out for another cowgirl throw-in. It'll be Chloe Joseph taking the throw. Fakes the throw. Opts for a short pass to Pineda, who brings it up the right wing to number 18, Alvord. Still working up that far wing as she is pushed to the ground. Bearcats surround her, and they will blow the whistle for a Bearcat foul. Excuse me, no, that is on Oklahoma State, as the Bearcats earn a free kick. It'll be taken down by that Big 12 logo on the far side. Barber will play it back to Cameron Miller. Cameron Miller to Gibbons. Gibbons playing a long ball to the middle of the field, as that will go straight to the defense. Picked up by Coley Sidlowski off the miscommunication from Oklahoma. She has space in the middle of the box. She cuts inside, but she is knocked to the ground, and the fans are furious as there is no call. Anna Barber working in the middle of the field now to Carson Yon. Yon finds space on the near side to Cochran. Cochran on the near side in the corner, mobbed by two Oklahoma State Cowgirls, finds the cross straight to a defender as they are looking desperately to get it out of their third. Long ball will be picked up again by Anna Barber off the miscue, and it'll fall to Pineda at the Big 12 logo, and that will go off Sidlowski into the Cincinnati bench for a Cowgirl throw-in.
Well, going back to that Coley Sidlowski no foul call, I mean, there was two hands fully extended inside the box. Should have definitely been a penalty.
Three Bearcats surrounding number 18, Emma Alvord, as number 12 makes a play inside the box, but that is cleanly intercepted by number 11, Faith Broering. Long ball from Broering up to Riley Felton. Chloe Joseph, a little bit of a miscue, plays it back to the goalkeeper as she will clear the ball into the far side near the middle of the field. That will go off of Regan Morris. But it is called out on the Bearcats. That'll result in a Chloe Joseph throw-in. Falling to Pineda, but that'll be taken away from the Bearcat defense, falling to Broering. Broering plays it to Gibbons in the middle of the field. Long ball from Gibbons. Picked up by Zembryova, and that Cochran is chopped down at the edge of the center circle. Both players down. Referee calling for the medical team. It is Cochran and an Oklahoma State Cowgirl down. Cochran on her feet. Not sure who the Oklahoma State player is on the field. She has stayed on the ground. Cochran appears to be okay. Holding a towel to her face, might have been a clash to her nose. Again, still on one knee on that edge of the center circle. As the Cowgirls take this chance to go to the sideline, get some water, refresh, and possibly regroup after the onslaught of, Cincinnati offense. Cochran walking off with one of her trainers, smiling. Trainers still with and she is on her feet, still with a towel pressed to her nose. Referee goes to the injured player as the Bearcats and the Cowgirls will rejoin the field as the Oklahoma State Cowgirl, who was affected and still holding the towel to her face, gingerly walks off the field.
Number 11 for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
That is Lauden Wilson, who walks off with the towel still pressed to her nose, as we will rejoin play. Wilson takes a seat on the bench, still nursing that bloody nose, as Chloe Wright will come off. Chloe Wright will come on for Lauden Wilson. And the referee will pat a towel into the floor to mop up the blood. That is a shocking sight here at Gettler Stadium.
Substitution for the Bearcats, coming into the match, number 2, Megan Smith, and number 8, Molly Cochran.
Megan Smith comes on for Molly Cochran as the referees remove the blood from the field, and we'll resume play shortly as the referee hands the towel off to a Cincinnati trainer. Zembrayova will start over the ball just inside the center circle on the Oklahoma State half. 34 minutes and 48 seconds remaining, 1-0 Bearcats. As Chloe Wright throws the ball to the official. And the official will play the ball, rolls it on the ground for Chloe Wright, and we resume play as the Oklahoma State Cowgirls working it from their half. Plays a ball into number 12, Sonora DeFini. Picked up. Oh, and number 47, Emmy Hedden, is chopped down in the middle of the field from a Bearcat player. It'll be a free kick for the Cowgirls. Cowgirl defense deep into the Bearcat half as they try to mount an offensive attack here. Ball will be played in. Will fall to Ray, who can't quite get the right head on it. 18 swings a leg, nothing there. Felton tries to clear, and that'll be off of number 15, Sophie Wilson. And it will be out on the Bearcats for a Cowgirl throw-in as number 17, Regan Morris, comes on for Sonora DeFini. Throw-in now deep in Bearcat territory. Will be played in the corner of the field, and it falls to a Bearcat who kicks it out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Cowgirls. Again, working out of that far right corner. Another clearance from the Bearcats for another Cowgirl throw-in. Bearcats been playing pinball, keeping this ball in and out of bounds in the same area of the field. Cowgirls trying to mount something as they play it out to Pineda. Pineda trying to make something happen at the far right corner. Tries to work in, nothing there. Can't find the space. Cross into the box for the Cowgirls. Safely handled by Cameron Miller as it fell just inside her 6-yard box and safely collected.
Yeah, Miller did a good job. Just read it. It was a high ball and just kind of came out off her line just a little bit and just grabbed it cleanly with 2 hands and just a routine play.
32.5 minutes remain in the second half. 1-0 Bearcats. Goal kick handled by Sidlowski near the center half on the near side. Zembriova plays it to Ray. She has space. Ray plays it to 7. Joffrey playing it off the far side of the field. Cuts in, looking for a cross. Finds the cross to Zembriova off the head of Joseph. Back to Joffrey. Again, working on the far side of the field to Riley Felton. She'll have a crack. Blocked by a Cowgirl defender. It'll fall to Barber. Barber to Jan. Jan working by the Big 12 logo. Sidlowski finds a Cowgirl defender, but it will be out on number 17, Regan Morris, for a Bearcat throw-in. It'll be Jan taking the throw-in. Sidlowski threw a shoulder at number 21, and she will draw a yellow card. Coley Sidlowski not liking how physical Taryn Thibault was playing her as she throws a shoulder. Oh, no, it'll be a yellow card on Taryn Thibault. Playing too hard against Coley Sidlowski. Sidlowski threw the shoulder, but it will be a yellow card on number 21, Taryn Thibault.
Yellow card warning to number 21 of the Cowgirls, Taryn Thibault.
Thibault, excuse me. As they will rejoin play, Carson Yan with a throw. Looking for a long throw, can't find it. Into Sidlowski, working on the near side of the field near the Cincinnati bench, and that will go out on the Cincinnati bench as Jan looks for another deep throw in to Megan Smith. It'll be cleared again by the Cincinnati bench by a Cowgirl defender. Carson Jan working again to Meg Smith. 2 Cowgirls on her, looking for a cross. It'll again go out even further down the sideline on the Bearcat side. Now near the corner flag on the near side in the Oklahoma State half. Carson Jan plays it to Sidlowski. Sidlowski will then kick it. Excuse me, that was off of Cowgirl defender to Meg Smith. Now in the further side of the field. Meg Smith back to Jan. Finds the cross in the box. It'll be a header from Zembriova. But Logan Marks will collect that off the soft header from Zembriova. 30.5 minutes. 1-0 Bearcats. 12 shots now for the Bearcats as it'll fall to their half. 17. Regan Morris will pick that up in the Bearcat half. Pressured by Ray. Ray will pick up the ball, making Regan Morris fall. Picked up again by Ray. Makes a woman miss. Now at the center half. Played to the far side, near side, excuse me. Carson Yan not able to come up with it. Excuse me, Sidlowski. Chloe Joseph trying to play it back to her keeper as Megan Smith will apply pressure to Logan Marks as she clears it safely. Finds Roaring. Again, the ball will bounce, staying in the air, will fall to Pineda. Zembriova applying the pressure as that ball is cleared to the Cincinnati half. The header a bit misguided as it will fall to Cincinnati legs. Joffrey plays it back, but it'll be near the center half as Megan Smith now helping on defense. Now the Cowgirls mounting an attack, looking to find a cross into the box. They do, but it is misguided as that is safely collected by Cameron Miller, halting the Cowgirl progress.
Bearcats' back line has really been there for them today. They've done a great job to position themselves to help Cameron Miller out, and she's responded, made the saves when she's been needed. It's all been a part of the Bearcats' success story tonight.
Cameron Miller's drop kick will fall to the Oklahoma State side of the center circle, but that will fall to Oklahoma State legs as that is worked back to the Cincinnati half. Handled by Carson Yon, however, and off of number 47, Emmy Hedden, it will be a Bearcat throw-in near the center of the field on the near side. Off of 24, Ellie Joffrey, who finds an Oklahoma State player in the middle of the field. Regan Morris will go down as Ray finds a long ball into the corner. Zembryova giving chase. And she will fall down as Chloe Joseph lets the ball roll for a Oklahoma State goal kick. 28 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second half. 1-0 Bearcats. It'll be a Logan Marks goal kick. Logan Marks launches it to the middle of the field off the head of number 5, Chloe Wright. Plays it to 21, Taryn Tebow. And it will be off of the Bearcats' Riley Felton for a Cowgirl throw-in. It'll be Ellie Joffrey throwing it in. Long throw-in to number 13, Pineda. Back to Joffrey. To Pineda. And that is a miscue from Pineda as it finds Riley Felton's leg, but it is ultimately cleared to Chloe Joseph, who works it to the Oklahoma State defense once more. Long ball, trying to find the Oklahoma State offense. Not there. Claire Ray picks it up in the middle of the field. Found by Sidlowski, making a play to Barber. Little mistouch from Barber as Pineda will work it in the middle of the field with some space. Pineda finds the ball, looking for 21, as it'll be a miscue from Pineda, trying to find Taryn Tebow, who was streaking down the wing. Bit too long, bit too wide. Tebow couldn't quite run to that one. It'll be a goal kick for Cameron Miller.
Yeah, it was great positioning by Jan to allow it to roll out, jockeyed around the attacker, and just did a great job to position themselves to allow a Bearcat kick, free kick.
It'll now be handled by Ray, working from that left back position by the Big 12 logo, making a run now. Excuse me, that was Broering. Ray, long ball to Sidlowski, picked up by Chloe Joseph. Working back through the Oklahoma State defense. Zembryova applying pressure. It'll be passed back to the middle of the field as Coley Sidlowski will boot it out of bounds. It'll be a Bearcat throw-in. Joffrey throws it into Zembryova, who plays it to the middle of the field. It'll be picked up by Emmy Hedden, who plays it back to Pineda. Zembryova giving chase. Will let Pineda work with it. Long ball down the wing, and that is misguided as that goes out near the Big 12 logo. It'll be another Cincinnati throw-in. Number 7, Joffrey, taking the throw-in. Throws it to Zembryova. Picked up again by Joffrey as it bounces back to her. Riley Felton to Megan Smith in the field, working with some space now. Working it now to Riley Felton. It was Carson Yon before. Carson Yon streaking down the side of the field. Riley Felton working with some space on the left wing near the Big 12 logo. It'll be Anna Barber, who plays it to the middle of the field to Ray. And that is a long shot, just too high of the far top left corner, 25 minutes left in this second half. 1-0 Bearcats as Emmy Hedden will come off in place of Aubrey Wagner. Chance spoiled for the Bearcats as Ray's shot was just high. Pineda now working it in the middle of the field. Another long ball, trying to find the Oklahoma State attack. Not there. Plays it now out wide to Carson Yon. Carson Yon now working with some pressure. A 1-2 attempt with Felton misguided as that'll fall out for an Oklahoma State throw-in. As that'll almost hit the back of Carson Yon. Turn by number 19, Maddie Azel. Tries to find in the middle of the field. Attempt to clear by Roaring missed. It'll be Riley Felton now taking it out. Fighting, and she is thrown to the ground from number 21, Taryn Tebow. It'll go out for the Bearcat free kick. And it'll be Gibbons on the free kick off the foul from Taryn Tebow. Plays it back to Cameron Miller. Plays it to Broering on the far side. Broering plays it to Joffrey. Joffrey working on the far side. Long ball looking for Megan Smith, intercepted, but it'll be brought back by Sidlowski. Now it'll be Ray working on the far side as it will go out for an Oklahoma State throw-in. Work to Pineda. Pineda will pass it back, and it will make the rounds of the Oklahoma State defense as Riley Felton gives chase. Pressure also by Zembryova. Back to Pineda with Ray giving chase. That is a long ball played to Alvord, I believe. Gibbons playing it to Ray, and that is far down the field. Riley Felton giving chase to the long ball down the corner, but it'll be picked up by the Oklahoma State defense, played back to Logan Marks. Logan Marks allowing her defense to get resituated as she gives a long goal kick out to the center of the field. It'll be a head from the Bearcats straight to Pineda. Zembryova giving chase, but it'll be a breakaway for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. It is 1v4 as she finds 21 on the edge of the box, almost unmarked, Carson Yawn. And that is an excellent job defensively from Carson Yawn. Taking it away from Taryn Tebow, kicking it out, leading to an Oklahoma State throw-in. Throw-in from the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Long cross into the box. Nobody there. And that is cleared by Sidlowski near the Big 12 logo on the far side. It'll be Sophie Wilson on the throw to Pineda. Working by that Big 12 logo. She cuts inside. Looking for a long shot. And that'll be wide right of the goalpost. Not giving Cameron Miller much of an opportunity to gain a save.
Brianna Gator in for number 9, Laura Zembryova. Also coming in for 24, Ellie Flower. In for number 5, Riley
Felton.
Lastly, coming in for the Bearcats,
Jan and Zembryova will come off for Ellie Flower and the Gaynor twins, Brianna and Kayla. As Cameron Miller will play it out to Broering. Broering will find Coley Sidlowski on the far side. No, that is Joffrey. Regardless, it is picked up by the Oklahoma State Cowgirls in the middle of the field. Pineda now trying to work around Barber. It'll sneak through, but that'll be easily collected from Broering, who is tackled to the ground from an Oklahoma State attacker. But regardless, it will go out for a Cincinnati goal kick as Sonora DeFini will come back on.
Coming into the match, number 12, Sonora DeFini. In for number 18, Emma Alvord.
Emma Alvord will come off for Sonora DeFini as Cameron Miller lines up for another goal kick. 20 minutes and 15 seconds left in this second half. 1-0 Bearcats. Goal kick will fall to Pineda, and that is picked up by Coley Sidlowski as Ray will try and work it. Finds a pass into the Oklahoma State half, but it'll be picked up by defenders. Pineda works it. 15 plays a back heel. That's Sophie Wilson. It'll be a ball played to DeFini. Then to Morris. Morris streaking down the side of the field, looking for a cross. It'll be out on the Cowgirls, leading for another Cameron Miller goal kick as the Bearcats defense is suffocating this Cowgirl offense. 19 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 1-0 Bearcats. And that is a short goal kick from Cameron Miller. And Gaynor is thrown to the ground, but it'll fall to Megan Smith working in the middle of the field. Ellie Flower giving chase. looking to start an offensive attack for the Bearcats. As that is played to Gaynor, and that is too strong for Brianna Gaynor to catch from Ellie Flower. It'll go out for a Oklahoma State goal kick. Logan Marks lines up to take the goal kick. It'll fall to 12, Defini, who plays it to 17, Morris. As that will go out off of the Cowgirls, and it'll be a Bearcat throw-in. It'll be Joffrey to throw it in. Long throw into Megan Smith on the far side of the field. Dribbles past the defender. Can't quite find anything. Play to Pineda finds the ball. Plays it to 24, Joffrey. Joffrey trying to make something happen on the near side of the field, as that'll be a long ball safely handled by Gibbons. Long ball played to Defini, as it'll be an Oklahoma State throw-in. Tebow will throw it in to Defini. Works it back to 23, Aubrey Wagner, and that'll be a clearance, but it'll fall back to Oklahoma State legs, as that's Pineda. Anna Barber hits the deck as Pineda finds the long ball to an Oklahoma State defender who gets ahead to it, but that is easily collected from Cameron Miller.
Bearcats really need to find some sort of offensive production here. This just been really lacking in the second half. Oklahoma State has kept this pressure up, and it's felt like they've dominated possession this entire second half. Can't cave in here with only 16 minutes left to play and have the lead.
17 minutes left in this second half. 1-0 Bearcats, as that'll be a foul on the Cowgirls, leading to a Cincinnati free kick. It'll be I believe it's Broering directing traffic. Plays it to the far side to Kayla Gaynor, and she will kick it out of bounds. Intended for Ellie Flower, bit too short. It'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats as it hit a Cowgirl defender. Claire Ray will come off, as will Sadlowski, as Joy Kimwemwe comes on.
Ava Hendrick, the other substitute, a part of that transaction there.
Gaynor throws it in to Chloe Joseph, who again clears it for another Bearcat throw-in. Kayla Gaynor throws it into Flower, works it back to Gaynor. As it was an attempted shot from Barber, finds an Oklahoma State defender, as 23 now plays a long ball to 17. Regan Morris streaking down the near side of the field, as Krista Gibbons will fight with her for the ball. And that is a called foul on Regan Morris, as it'll go out of bounds off of Regan Morris, as Kayla Gaynor will again take the throw-in. It'll go off the head of Ellie Joffrey, out of bounds. Gaynor again on the throw. Throws it to her sister Brianna. Falls to Wagner, and that'll go out of bounds off of the Bearcats for a Cowgirl throw-in, as number 23, Aubrey Wagner, is down, but she's up quickly. Joffrey looking to throw it in. There's a disagreement on the field. Chloe Wright making her case be known to the referee. It'll be a throw-in from Joffrey. Finds Pineda. Fight for the ball. 17, Regan Morris working in the middle of the field. It'll be picked up by the Bearcat defense, as that is a long ball to Brianna Gaynor, but it'll be a called foul, leading to a free kick for the Cowgirls' Chloe Joseph.
The center referee was saying that was a handball. It was just a poor touch from Gaynor. Just tried to play it off the chest just a bit too high, caught a piece of her hand. Just really unfortunate timing for the Bearcats there.
Caitlin Hoppers takes the free kick as that'll fall into the box for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls as that is played out, falls to Pineda as she clashes with a teammate, Joffrey. Now working near the center half. Pineda working it back to the defender, back to Joffrey. Joffrey makes a long play. Oh, too tall for Gaynor as Gibbons muscles Aubrey Wagner off the ball. It'll go out for a Bearcat throw-in as they once again halt this Oklahoma State attack. 13 minutes left in this second half, 1-0 Bearcats. Kayla Gaynor will take the throw-in once more. She finds Ellie Flower, headed by Barber. Falls to Wagner, and she will play it back to Chloe Joseph as it will work through the defense again. Pressure by Kayla Gaynor, intercepted by Barber. Megan Smith now working it up the field. Tries to play it over the Big 12 logo to Gaynor. It'll be cleared by Joffrey as another Cincinnati chance will peter away, but it is a throw-in for the Bearcats. Kayla Gaynor again to throw it in. Some time wasting going on as she walks onto the ball with 12 minutes to remain. Finds Ellie Flower. Working near the corner flag on the near side. Gaynor clears it into the box, crosses it into the box, but it'll be cleared by Chloe Joseph, picked up by Gaynor on the far side of the field, near side of the field, A Oklahoma State Cowgirl stops to tie her shoe as Kayla Gaynor readies another Cincinnati throw-in. Finds Ellie Flower working near the near corner flag. She lets it bounce over her head. Cross into the box. Picked up by Brianna Gaynor. That'll fall to Hendricks, who has a shot but can't quite find open space. Ellie Flower now working on the near side of the field. Makes a run down the wing. Tries to find a cross. Finds an Oklahoma State defender as that will go out for a Cincinnati corner kick. Megan Smith will trot over to take the corner kick.
Corner kick for the Bearcats, to be taken by number 2, Megan Smith.
Brianna Gaynor trots out to potentially take the short ball. Megan Smith plays it long into the box. Head off the Bearcats, picked up on the goal line. It's bouncing around, but it is safely collected by Logan Marks.
Yeah, Marks did a great job, stayed square to the shooter after making the initial save, dove back, made the save, and she has been definitely the difference from keeping this game to a 1-0 scoreline instead of a 3-0 scoreline.
We see every minute why she leads the Big 12 in saves. 10 minutes left to go in this second half. 1-0 Bearcats as it has worked to the Bearcat half. It'll be a chance by the Big 12 logo for the Cowgirls. As they play it in the box, it'll be safely collected again by Cameron Miller. These goalkeepers having a strong say in this game as time ticks away. Cameron Miller kick will fall to Hendricks. It'll be collected by Chloe Joseph to 17, who meets the strong shoulder of Krista Gibbons, as it'll fall to Megan Smith in the middle of the field. And that'll be a foul given to the Cowgirls, as it'll be another Cincinnati free kick. The Hendrick free kick will go to Gaynor, who slips and falls. and it'll bounce around as the number 21 will give chase, Taryn Tebow, and it'll be knocked out of bounds for a Cowgirl throw-in. It'll be Tebow on the throw-in, but play will be stopped as Hedden comes on for Wagner, and 17 comes off. And Emma Alvord will come back on as she receives the ball near the near side. It'll go out off the Bearcats as Taryn Tebow takes another throw. And that is a strong head from Ava Hendrick. Forces it out of bounds for another Tebow throw-in. Excuse me, this is Joffrey this time, to Pineda. And it'll work back to Chloe Joseph, working near the halfway line. A long ball will fall to Hendrick, who bounces it off the face of Sonora DeFini as Kayla Gaynor works up the field, met by 3 Cowgirls. It'll work to Pineda, who has some space now. It'll be Barber on the defense, but Pineda, it'll fall to Emmy Hedden, working with some space on the near side. Long cross will go out of bounds off the foot of Emma Alvord as Ray will come on for Megan Smith. 7 minutes, 37 seconds left in this half. 1-0 Bearcats. Cameron Miller looking to take another goal kick. Right-footed kick finds the head of Pineda, as that'll be a foul on the Cowgirls as Barber was pushed, and it'll be a free kick for Krista Gibbons. Gibbons plays a long ball up the near side of the field near the Big 12 logo, off the head of 24, Ellie Flower. Pineda now with the ball, surrounded by 3 Bearcats, as that'll go off of the Bearcats for another Joffrey throw-in. Finds the head of Pineda, works it to number 18, picked up by Gaynor. Kayla, as that'll work to the middle of the field to Broering. Broering trying to play a ball to Joy Kimwemwe. Fight for the ball now on the far side of the field. He reaches for a yellow card and calls another yellow card for this Oklahoma State team. That is their 15th of the year, as it'll be another Cincinnati free kick with 6.5 minutes left. 1-0 Bearcats, as Ray will stand over this one.
Yellow card warning. Issue number 15 of the Cowgirls, Sophie Wilson.
Sophie Wilson picks up that yellow card as Ray stands over this free kick, looking to put some insurance for the Bearcats on the board. Long cross in the middle of the box. Too tall for Gaynor. It'll be a shot for Krista Gibbons as she works it to the outside of the field. It'll be a cross for Krista Gibbons, falls into the box, as that is a jumping attempt from Kimwemwe. Again, put it in the box by Ray, as the chance will peter away. It'll be another corner kick for the Bearcats. Ray will go again to take this free kick after she found the legs of an Oklahoma State defender. Ray puts a long cross into the box, not found by Gibbons, but she is wrestled to the ground, as it'll now be a chance for Oklahoma State, as another Broering is wrestled to the ground. Krista Gibbons still down inside the box for Oklahoma State. It'll find the legs of Ray, who clears it near the middle of the field. Krista Gibbons still down. Logan Marks checking on her. as Ellie Flower will run to check her injured teammate. Krista Gibbons laying flat on her back. As everybody but Cameron Miller and one solitary defender goes to check on their teammate, as the trainers will trot out to go check on Krista Gibbons. The Bearcats will jog off the field to take a water break, as Broering and Cameron Miller will join them as the trainers attend to Krista Gibbons. Krista Gibbons will be hauled off the field with her arms on the shoulders of her trainers, appearing to be limping, but walking off the field on her own accord with the help of the trainers. As the break in play continues, we have 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in this second half. Once again, 1-0 Bearcats, as the shot total heavily favors the Bearcats. 16 shots to the Oklahoma State 5.
I can't remember the last time the Bearcats have outshot a team like this. It really has been some time, and it's shown today. They've got that offensive rhythm moving. They've had their moments. Riley Felton was able to get the Bearcats in front in the end of that first half. Now 5 minutes left. Just keep playing the defense you've played all game. Close this game out and enjoy this home victory.
It'll be a throw-in for the Cowgirls. Historically, this season, the Bearcats have been outshot 9.62 to 11.62. Opponents have, on average, 2 more shots than the Bearcats. It'll be another throw-in for the Cowgirls as it meets the head of Kim Wemwe, working down the far side of the field. It'll be a cross broken up by Broering, and that is cleared away by the Bearcats, as that'll be met with more Cowgirl attackers. Meets the head of Broering, who works it back to the middle of the field. Bowie Wright plays it to the near side of the field. That's Emma Alvord working it back to the middle of the field. To Pineda, who tries to work around her woman, tries to find some open space. Being swallowed alive by Barber, works a shot. Can't quite find Cameron Miller, as it is cleared by Kaylee Shannon. And that is a long clearance for the Bearcats, buying some much-needed time as it is put into the air by Logan Marks. And that will fall out of bounds for a Bearcat throw-in. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. 1-0 Bearcats as Riley Felton comes on for Brianna Gaynor.
17, Brianna Gaynor.
It'll be a Bearcat throw-in near the halfway line. It'll be to an Oklahoma State defender who kicks it into the air off the head of Pineda as there is a clash of heads. It'll be a free kick for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls after the clash of heads. Long ball played in the middle by Pineda. It'll find a Bearcat head as Hendrick is muscled off the ball. It'll be Hedden who plays it into the middle, but it is kicked away, and it'll fall to Joy Kim Wemwe. Works it back to the defense, and she will find Broering in the middle of the field. Still on the far side. Trying to find Felton. The ball is still in play, but Felton will not get to it. It's a chase for the ball. As Felton tries to muscle Chloe Joseph off the ball, it is called by the referee as a foul on Riley Felton. That'll be a free kick taken by Chloe Joseph. who immediately works it up the far side of the field, now near the halfway line. Long ball played to number 18. It'll be off the Cincinnati head, ultimately falling to Gaynor. Picked up by Hendrick. Number Joffrey flying in, now streaking up the near side of the field, looking to start some offense. Play it to 18, Emma Alvord, who works in the middle of the field, finds a shot, as that is comfortable pickup for Cameron Miller, as there's just 3 minutes remaining in this half. 1-0 Bearcats looking to secure this home victory. The drop kick was originally intended for Felton, but it will be knocked out of bounds, and it will be Kayla Gaynor who takes the throw in as Sidlowski comes on for Joy Kimwemwe.
Kimwewe had a great performance tonight, probably the last we will see of her. She was a big factor off the bench to provide some spark into that Bearcat offense.
The throw in will be worked to Kaylee Shannon. Again, off the head of Kaylee Shannon. It'll be worked to 5, Chloe Wright. Again, working on the near side of the field to Pineda. Desperately looking for some offense here to try and tie this one up as she's streaking down the near side. Looks to find some open space, but it is eaten up by Ellie Flower. And it will go off of Pineda for another Cincinnati goal kick. 2 minutes remaining in this second half as this crowd rallies behind their team, knowing they are just a couple minutes away from a solid home victory. Time will tick away as Cameron Miller puts a short ball into Broering, who kicks it far up in the air. It'll be met with Ellie Flower's head off of Wright. Gaynor will kick it out of bounds near the scorer's table at the halfway line, and it'll be a Joffrey throw-in. Time ticking, 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. The Cowgirls need something, and they need it now. As 18 works it to the middle of the field, it'll be intercepted by Sidlowski, who finds Chloe Wright, intercepted, and it's Sidlowski again streaking up the middle of the field. She has space, she has another woman, Felton, and she takes a shot, and it'll be safely collected by Logan Marks. 1 minute remaining in this second half. And a player is injured. That is number 21, Taryn Tebow, who goes down for the Cowgirls with just 53 seconds remaining. A trainer will trot out to check on the injured Tebow. Holding her left leg in the air, it appears to be a cramp or a strain of some sort on her left calf and or thigh. As play will pause for another time. She will walk off the field limping, again on the shoulder of her trainer, as 15 Sophie Wilson will take her place with just 53 seconds remaining. I believe that is the third injury for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls in just this game. As the referee will drop the ball in the center of the field. And Broering will kick it to the far side as it will trickle out of bounds. More time wasting. Riley Felton leaving it to the last second as time will continue to trickle down. It was off a Oklahoma City defender, so it will be a Bearcat throw-in. There's a foul called on the far side of the field on Sidlowski. Appears to be some frustration for these Cowgirls. Throw-in brought in. It'll be long, looking for Sidlowski on the far side of the field, nearing the corner. And that'll be kicked out by number 24, Ellie Joffrey. Time ticking, 23 seconds remaining. 20 seconds, and it is all but over. Again, play will stop with 14.5 seconds remaining as the Bearcats look for a throw-in in the corner of the field. Cowgirls looking for some late magic. 10 seconds remaining as the ball will fall out of bounds. 5 seconds remaining. And that will just about do it for us here at Gettler Stadium. Bearcats secure a 1-0 victory over the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Well, what a great win for this Bearcat side. They improved to 4-7-6 on the year, grabbed their third win at Gettler Stadium this year, and get their second win in the Big 12, while the Oklahoma State Cowgirls dropped to 4-11-2 and 0-8, still searching for that first Big 12 win of the season.
The story of the game will be the Cincinnati offense outshooting the Oklahoma State Cowgirls 17-7. We rarely see the Bearcat offense that efficient and that effective here at Gettler or anywhere, really. Although it could have been 2 after that unlucky offsides call for the Bearcats, they secure the victory 1-0 here at Gettler Stadium, and that will just about do us for us here at Bearcast Media. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Matthew Lynn, and we will see you next time on Bearcast Media.